Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radharamana Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radharamana Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radharamana Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radharamana Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radharamana Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radharamana Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radharamana Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radharamana Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radharamana Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radharamana Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone loudly. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Govind Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Raman Hari. Govind Jai Jai, Govind Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Raman Hari. राधे गोविंद गोपाल राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोपाल राधे
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
राधे राधे कृष्ण चंद्र कृष्ण चंद्र राधे राधे
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 हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधा कृष्ण चंद्र श्री राधे
राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधा कृष्ण चंद्र श्री राधे
राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र श्री राधे
राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र श्री राधे
कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम
कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम Balaram Jaya Vrindavan Dham.
Nitai Gaurango Gaur Hari, Nitai Gaurango Gaur Hari,
Nitai Gaurango Gaur Hari, Nitai Gaurango Gaur Hari.
Srinivas Govinda Jai, Srinivas Govinda, Srinivas Govinda Jai, Srinivas Govinda,
Srinivas Govinda Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Srinivas Govinda Jaya Srinivas Govinda.
Rajadhiraja Govinda, Rajagopala Govinda,
Rajadhiraja Govinda, Rajadhiraja Govinda.
Rajalakshmi Jai Padmavati, Rajalakshmi Jai Padmavati,
Rajalakshmi Jaya Padmavati, Rajalakshmi Jaya Padmavati.
Sudarshana Jaya Mahachakra, Sudarshana Jaya Mahachakra,
Sudarshana Jaya Mahachakra, Sudarshana Jaya Mahachakra.
Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta Dev, Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta Dev,
Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta Dev, Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta Dev.
Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Narasimha, Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Narasimha,
Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Narasimha, Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Narasimha.
Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra,
Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra.
Bhakta Hanuman Jaya Garuda Dev, Bhakta Hanuman Jaya Garuda Dev,
Bhakta Hanuman Jaya Garuda Dev, Bhakta Hanuman Jaya Garuda Dev.
Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada,
Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Ashtottara Shatashi Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Samsthapanacharya Savior of the whole world Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Nitya Leela Pravishta His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Nitai Go Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Very happy to see so many devotees participating in the inauguration of the book marathon. As we all know, Srila Prabhupada desired that his books be distributed widely to more and more people. And many of you have been probably doing book distribution for many years now, and maybe there are some first-timers too. So in this context, I thought, let's reflect on some of the teachings of Srila Prabhupada on this particular topic, and appreciate philosophically how and why this book distribution is important, and what is it that all of you are going to be involved in intensely the next 6 weeks or so. How and why distribution of books becomes so important in our institution. We are all familiar with Bhagavad-gita. Practically from our childhood, we are all aware of this. Arjuna was confused about his duty. Karpanya doshopahatasva bhavaha prachami tvam dharma sammuda chetaha. Dharma sammuda chetaha. Sammudha chetaha. I have become bewildered about dharma, about my duty. Prachami tvam. So please, I'm asking you, please explain. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Yat shreya nishchitam bruhitan me. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Now I become your shishya and I surrender to you. This verse in the second chapter is considered an important verse because there is a turnaround of the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna. They were friends. They were contemporaries. They were cousins. Like we all have cousins and friends and contemporaries. Very informally we talk with them. We joke with them. So Krishna and Arjuna had that kind of a relationship. But now Arjuna realized that my dharma sammuda chetaha cannot be resolved by my friendly talks, and he agrees to become a disciple and surrenders to Krishna. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Prapannam, I surrender. Shishyaste, I become your shishya. So, this is an indication of an inflection, turnaround. Sorry for the mother. And the baby and the child also. So, Prabhupada explains the talks between the guru and disciple are very grave. The talks between friends or contemporaries or cousins could be very light, casual. But between guru and shishya, it is expected to be grave. So Arjuna put himself voluntarily in that kind of a situation because he wanted to hear from Krishna. And so Krishna begins to speak from the second chapter onwards, various things. I want to come to a certain portion of the Gita, so I'll fast forward to 11th chapter. So a lot of things have been discussed. Basically, Actually, this conversation is going on between Krishna and Arjuna. It's meant to enlighten humanity at large. It's meant to enlighten all of us. 5,000 years later, today we are discussing and deriving so much insight and enlightenment from the Gita. That was the intent of the Lord. He had come and he wanted to present some important truths about life, about meaning of life, that's applicable to all of humanity. So Krishna spoke about how his energies are spread everywhere in the universe, and how everything exists on him, everything is resting on him, how he enters into the universe and upholds it. Sutre manigana iva, like pearls strung on a thread. So he made all of these statements, and then after hearing that, Arjuna said, Krishna, if you are the source of all energies, everything is your manifestation, but I am seeing you in front of me as two-handed, just another like human-like form. Can I see your form, how you manifest all the energies in the universe? And Krishna said, generally you cannot see, because as human beings we are limited, but I shall bless you with special eyes to see my Pashya me yogamaishwaram. I'll bless you with special vision to be able to see the universal form. And when Krishna displays the universal form in the 11th chapter of the Gita, what happens to Arjuna is very interesting. It's a very long chapter. And you will see Arjuna trembling before the universal form. So in other words, universal form inspires fear in Arjuna. Imagine Sahasra Yuga. That's one of the early verses. Very nice verse. Pashyame partha rupani shatashotha sahasrashaha nana vidhani divyani nana varnakritini cha. And how did it look? Sanjaya is describing, Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yugapat Uttita Yadibhaha Sadrishi Sasyad Bhasasthasya Mahatmanaha. Surya Sahasrasya Divi Yugapat Uttita Bhaved. We know every day in the morning we see the sunrise on the eastern horizon. Sanjaya is seeing, just imagine, not one sun rising, about 1,000 suns rising. What will it be? Yugapat. And all of these 1,000 suns rising simultaneously. That was the vision that Arjuna saw. So when Arjuna saw that, and there is the description of the Virat Rupa. I'll come to one particular verse that Arjuna talks after seeing. This is text number 31. Arjuna is saying, Akyahi me ko bhavan ugra rupo, namostu te deva vara prasida, vignatum ichchami bhavantam adyam, nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. Arjuna is asking, Ugra Rupaha, Krishna, you have shown your Ugra Rupa before me. Kaha Bhavan, who are you? I was always thinking you are my friend, you are my cousin, but I understand now. Who are you? Akyahi me, please explain to me. Akyahi me, kaha bhavan ugra rupaha, namostute deva vara prasida. Now he is offering obeisances. Namostute deva vara prasida. You see how that inflection of the relationship is continuing? And especially it became more intensified after seeing the Ugra Rupa, universal form. Namostute deva vara prasida. May you be gracious to me. May you be pleased with me. Vignatum ichchami bhavantam adyam. You have just now shown that you are the source of everything. Adyam. Vignatum ichchami bhavantam vignatum. I wish to know about you. Nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. Tava pravrittim nahi prajanami. Tava pravrittim, what is your mission? It's a beautiful translation by Srila Prabhupada. What is your mission? Pravrittim. Who are you? I wish to know about you. What is your mission? What are you engaged in? You see, these are very, very significant words of Arjuna, to which Krishna replies. Next verse. Next 4 verses, Krishna answers. And in these 4 verses, Krishna tells something even more significant in the middle of the 11th chapter of the Gita. Text 32. Shri Bhagavan uvacha kalosmi lokakshaya krit pravruddho lokan samahartumiha pravrittaha ritepi tvam na bhavishyanti sarve ye vyavastitaha avastitaha pratyanikeshu yodhaha. Krishna is replying, because kaha bhavan akyahi me vignatum ichchami bhavantum ignatum vichchami. I wish to know who you are, and tava pravrittim nahi prajanami. What is your mission? I wish to know. I don't know. I don't understand. And so Krishna is replying, kalosmi lokakshaya krit pravriddaha. Lokakshaya krit. Lokakshaya krit kalaha pravriddha kalaha asmi. I am the time, the mighty destroyer of the worlds. This is another feature of the Lord. There is the feature of the Lord by which He creates the seasons and He creates new fresh things. Flowers blossom and raindrops beautify the earth and make it green, and flowers bloom, stars twinkle. All that is Krishna's creation. Simultaneously we see there is also destruction happening all around us. Krishna is saying, I am the cause of that as well. Kalaha asmi lokakshayakrit pravruddho lokan samahartum iha pravruttaha. Lokan samahartum, to destroy all of the worlds, I appear. Ritepi tvam na bhavishyanti sarve ye avastitaha pratyanikeshu yodhaha. Pratyanikeshu yodhaha. On opposite sides there are warriors assembled here. Ritepi tvam, except for you and the Pandavas, bhavishyami na bhavishyami sarve, none of the warriors on both sides shall survive. I'll read the translation. The blessed Lord said, Time I am, destroyer of the worlds, and I have come to engage all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. So now, Arjuna, as a warrior, he got to hear from Krishna that he will not be slain and the Pandavas will not be slain, but all the soldiers, pratyanikeshu yodaha na bhavishyanti sarve. And then Krishna tells next verse something even more important. Tasmat, therefore. Whenever you read in the Gita, Tasmat word comes, Krishna is giving some conclusive statement. Therefore, Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva. Jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samruddham. Mayaivaita nihitaha purvameva nimittamatram bhavasavyasachin. Tasmatvam uttishta yasho labhasva. Therefore, Arjuna, arise and fight. Jitva shatrun. Conquer your enemies. Bhungshva rajyam samruddham. And you shall have a prosperous kingdom. Maya eva ihite, maya ivaite nihitaha purvameva. I have already killed everybody because that's my mission. You wanted to know my mission? So I'm telling you, this is my plan. Nimitta matram bhavasavyasachi. You just become just an instrument to carry out my mission. Next verse, third in the sequence. Dronam cha bhishmam cha jayadratham cha karnam tatanyana piyodhaviran mayahatams. Krishna listed all the big Maharathis and he's saying, I have already killed them. Mayahatams tvam jahima vyastitaha yudhyasva jetasi rane sapatnan. The blessed Lord said, all the great warriors, Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, are already destroyed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemy. So these are the words that Krishna speaks. Some years ago, when I read this in the sequence and I was reflecting on it, a certain thought came to my mind. Arjuna was very fortunate. Krishna was present. Krishna had a mission. And Krishna was before him. And when he became dharma samudha chetaha, bewildered about his duties, Krishna explained to him all this. And Krishna says one more thing in continuation of this, which is the last verse of this chapter. I'm doing fast forward. The very last verse. Mat karma krin, mat paramo, mat bhaktaha sangavarjitaha, nirvairaha sarva bhuteshu yassamameti pandava. And so Krishna concludes this chapter by telling Arjuna, Arjuna, so do my work. Mat karma krit. Do my work. Mat paramo. Regard me as the supreme in your life. Mad bhaktaha. Become my devotee. Sangavarjitaha. Free from attachment. Nirvairaha sarva bhuteshu. Don't have animosity, enmity towards any living entity. Yassamameti pandava. Well, if one does that, you will certainly come to me. Yassamam eti. You will come to me. Mam eti. My dear Arjuna, one who is engaged in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of previous activities, sangha varjitaha, and free from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me. Purport. Anyone who wants to approach the supreme of all the personalities of Godhead on the Krishna Loka planet in the spiritual sky and be intimately connected with the Supreme Personality Krishna must make this formula as is stated by the Supreme Himself. Must take this formula as is stated by the Supreme Himself. Therefore, this verse is considered to be the essence of Bhagavad-gita. Prabhupada in the purport he is saying this 1155 is the essence of the Gita. And what is that? Mat karma krin, mat paramo, mat bhaktaha, sangavarjitaha, nirvairaha, sarvabhuteshu, yassamameti pandava. So especially when I read this verse in conclusion of the 11th chapter, I started thinking, oh my God, Arjuna was so fortunate. He could do Krishna's work. Because Krishna explained that this battle, it is mine. I've already decided the outcome. I want you, nimitta matram, just become my instrument. Isn't it? So fortunate Arjuna is. Lord Himself in front of him, telling him, this is my mission. And He's telling him, I've already decided, you please become an instrument and carry out. Extraordinary fortune of Arjuna. Krishna was right there. And then when I was doing this kind of a thinking, reflecting and reading from different places, then I came across one statement of Srila Prabhupada. One revelation of Caitanya Mahaprabhu. This particular great fortune that Arjuna had, Caitanya Mahaprabhu is pointing out that it's available to every one of us. You may wonder, what is this you're saying? There is no battle happening, or shall we all go jump into some battlefield And should we do something like that? But we don't know whether that battle that's going on in the different parts of the world, that is Krishna's mission or it is some karma that is unfolding. No. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells us to turn our attention to the last chapter of the Gita. We know in the last chapter, once again Krishna reiterates, Ye idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshvabhidhasyati bhaktim mayi param kritva mam eva eshyati asamshayaha. Krishna has spoken in the Gita a very confidential knowledge. Very confidential because something that's very confidential we share with somebody whom we trust a lot. So Krishna shared with Arjuna, he mentioned earlier, Bhaktosi me saka chaiti rahasyam hetaduttamam. This is uttama rahasya. But bhakta and sakha, because you are my bhakta and sakha, you will be able to understand this. So, in the concluding part of the 18th chapter, ya idam paramam guhyam, this very confidential knowledge of Sharanagati, of bhakti that I have disclosed to you, Arjuna, this madbhakteshva bhidhasyati, one who shares this with others, other devotees, bhaktim mayi param kritva, one renders great devotional service unto me, mam eva eshyati asamshayaha, and one will return to me certainly. Taking this verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Yare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Whomever you meet, tell them about Krishna's instruction. So, this is the mission of Krishna in this world, in Kali Yuga, to spread this knowledge about bhakti and sharanagati to everyone. 5,000 years back, Krishna had a different mission in the context of the Kurukshetra battle, to fight the Kauravas and to make Pandavas rule the world. But now in Kali Yuga, Krishna's mission is still continuing, and he is extending that opportunity to all of us to be part of that mission of the Lord. And that mission is that this knowledge of Sharanagati, this knowledge of bhakti be spread to more and more people, and we can be involved in that. And all of this was not clearly known like this till Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and said, it is my order to each one of you, whomever you meet, tell them Krishna Upadesh. And so Srila Prabhupada wanted us to preach. But we are not very competent to preach. We don't understand Krishna Tattva so correctly. We don't have that bhakti, we don't have that sharanagati. And so Srila Prabhupada wrote his books explaining Krishna Katha, Krishna Upadesha. And now that Upadesha is available in the form of the Gita, in the form of many other books, small books, medium books, because people have different levels of appetite. And so, all of us can be involved in distributing Krishna's message, and that is the mission of Krishna, the same fortune that Arjuna was blessed with. Each one of us are now blessed with to take Krishna's Upadesha in the form of Prabhupada's books and give it to people. You see the connection? You see the parallel? So this is the enormous fortune that we have. In fact, Srila Prabhupada built a whole institution to carry out the mission of the Lord. And the mission of the Lord to distribute Krishna's message, to distribute Krishna's name, and to distribute Krishna's mercy in the form of prasadam. Prabhupada wanted us to distribute all these three forms of Krishna's mercy. And to distribute his message, Krishna's message, Prabhupada very painstakingly wrote so many books. There's one devotee who recalls, this was in London, 1969. Prabhupada went to America in 1965. The first 1 year was a lot of struggle. 1966 he established ISKCON, incorporated ISKCON. And although he incorporated ISKCON in New York City, Prabhupada had a desire that they should also be established in London. Because you should imagine, you should understand, we were under colonial rule. There was a lot of influence of British in India. Anyone who did well, their aspiration was, we must go to London and become bar at law. Like Gandhiji also did that, isn't it? That was the standard thing. Everyone had a desire. England, London, United Kingdom. So it was a very aspirational city. And Prabhupada also had a desire that this Krishna consciousness should spread there. In fact, there is one statement, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had such a desire. And in his room in Gaudiya Mutt, he had a London city map, and he was hoping where one day, which part, how many temples we will be established there. So this was the desire of the great acharyas, that how Krishna consciousness should be spread. And so Prabhupada was very keen that it happens in London, and he sent his very early disciples, but then it took a long time. They were struggling, there was a lot of hardship. And then in 1969, the temple was inaugurated, and Prabhupada was so happy that this will please Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur so much. And it was a temple, and on the ground floor was the temple. On the first floor, Prabhupada used to stay, and then there was a second floor, the brahmacharis used to stay, and on the third floor, the women brahmacharinis used to stay. And so one devotee, he came back. This was 69, book distribution, all that had not taken on in a big scale. Maybe Sankirtan was going on. They would do Kirtan on the streets in Western countries and distribute back to Godhead magazines. So that was the stage it was in. And so this devotee returned, and it was about 11 o'clock in the night. And the whole temple was dark. And as he walked towards the temple, he saw on the first floor, through one of the windows, there was a light glowing. So he climbed up the stairs to the first floor. He was going to the second floor to Brahmachari Ashram. But he saw on the first floor was Prabhupada's quarters. And so he saw the door was slightly open. And so he pushed open, and he saw Prabhupada was sitting at the desk and giving dictation, preparing his books. And he's walking up, and his inquisitiveness, innocent inquisitiveness, pushing the door. Prabhupada looked at him. And so he got little shocked. No. And so Prabhupada told him to come in. And then he said, please don't disturb. Every word I'm composing, I have to think carefully and prepare these books. So in his advanced age, Srila Prabhupada, measuring every word, he was preparing these books to enlighten humanity with Krishna Upadesh, so that even unqualified people like us can participate in the mission of the Lord to distribute His Upadesh as it is, by distributing His books as Prabhupada planned and instituted in his organization, his institution. So, this is actually the significance of book distribution. Directly, like Arjuna was fighting on the battlefield, we are blessed with the same opportunity to carry out Krishna's mission by giving these books out to people. I've already reached the limit of my time. For book distribution, one very important thing that is required is all of us should ourselves be doing our sadhana very nicely and also reading Prabhupada's books and be in the right frame of consciousness. People are absorbed in the material world. So many things are there to distract them. Actually, all unnecessary things they are engaged in. All unnecessary activities and information sharing, discussion going on. That's why Bhagavatam says, Drunam santi sahasrashaha. Shrotavyadini Rajendra Drunam Santi Sahasrashaha. Human society has created thousands of topics for discussion and hearing. Shrotavyadini Rajendra Drunam Santi Sahasrashaha. Apashyatam Atmatattvam Gruheshu Gruhamedina. Because they are blind. Apashyatam Atmatattvam. About the truth, about the self, they are blind. They don't know who they are. And they have created thousands of topics, and on the internet, on social media, they are discussing, sharing. Everybody is absorbed in that. All unnecessary things. Some war is going on, something is happening, somebody cracks some silly joke, and they are laughing. They're not realizing any moment our time can end, our life can end, and this valuable opportunity in the human form of life we can miss out. And so, it's our duty to get the attention of people, and that will happen if we also have spiritual practice, spiritual sadhana, and that enthusiasm to do this service of distributing the books, not like a mechanical way. Like sometimes you have marketing, sales representatives. They go on, they are waiting when time will, let me go home. Today, I made some money. For us, it is Krishna's mission that when people see our enthusiasm to distribute books, but at the same time, enthusiasm, we should not misunderstand that and become overbearing on people. Sometimes that also devotees have done. If they become overbearing means, insensitive to them. Of course, we want to be careful. We want to inspire them with our enthusiasm, but not impose ourselves and enough this person, let him leave me alone. We don't want to create that kind of an impression about Prabhupada's servants. They should be happy that I met one devotee of ISKCON, Wow, what a devotee, how nicely he explained what he's seeing his enthusiasm. I thought, okay, let me buy a book. That's the impression we must create, not overbearing or unpleasant experience. So, with this kind of an enthusiasm, spiritual enthusiasm, with practice, with sadhana, and remembering that this is Krishna's mission, how to inspire this person who is absorbed in the material world with a book, maybe a small book. Even small books, do not underestimate. All books of Prabhupada are time bombs. If you give it to them, they read one page, one sentence can shake them up. It has such potency. Prabhupada's books have such potency. I remember when I was in college, one or two sentences I read in the college library. I could not sit and read anymore. I just stood up and I walked out and walked up and down the aisle, and I was almost like sweating, and I came, Prabhupada is saying that whole civilization is misdirected. And I am also simply contributing to this misdirected civilization. So, some statements that Srila Prabhupada has made are so powerful. It's packed with spiritual potency. That's why we should read and we should distribute Prabhupada's books. It will continue to inspire us, and it will continue to inspire and transform others. Prabhupada's books are not only informative, they have transformative powers. It can transform us, it can transform others. 2-3 days back, I was reading one sentence of Prabhupada. It really shook me up again. Prabhupada's sentences are will continue to shake us up. Prabhupada said, because this was just last point, with this I will close. Because you all heard in the world today, America, make America great again, and all these kind of things are there, right? And President Trump and shaking up, so many things going on. And I heard him make one statement or read somewhere, so this one, America belongs to Americans, and so we have to make it great, or something like that. So Americans think that America belongs to Americans. And here also in our country we think India belongs to Indians. Pakistanis think that Pakistan belongs to Pakistan. Everybody is thinking like that. Krishna says, Prabhupada writes, this is a fundamental mistake. America doesn't belong to Americans. India doesn't belong to Indians. Pakistan doesn't belong to Pakistan. The whole world, America belongs to Krishna. India belongs to Krishna. Pakistan belongs to Krishna. Sarva loka maheshwaram. If we organize the whole world on this principle, that the whole world is God's property, it is not our property. We cannot decide what we want to do, mess around what we want to do. We will decide it is God's property. You see? And we have an obligation to understand God's plan and align ourselves with God's plan. see? Suppose you are an employee in a company and the company has giving you good salary. They've given you an office, they've given you a desk, they've given you a laptop, they've given you Wi-Fi connection. So many things they have given you. And you're sitting in the office and you put some headphones, earphones, and you're watching Netflix movie from 9:30 in the morning. What will your boss do? He'll come and say, hey, let's see what you're doing. He will say, hey, you can't do this during office hours. You do office work now. Office is paying you salary. Office is giving you all these facilities. You must do office work. Isn't it? Krishna is providing us everything in this world for our existence. Every moment we have a breathing mechanism, air, and because of that we are sustaining. Who is providing the air? Government is providing. Industry is providing. Somebody said something. Krishna is providing. Krishna is providing air. However, we may mess it up. Air also we are messing up because of our greed. But whatever, Krishna is providing us air. Krishna is providing us water. Krishna is providing sunlight. Krishna is providing everything for us to stay in this world, to live in this world. Isn't it right on our part to know, to do Krishna's work? Just like our boss, your boss will say, do my work, office work, okay? 9 to 5, after that you do whatever you want. In the same way, we can't be doing our own work. We have to know what is Krishna's work, and we should do Krishna's work. And Krishna's work is Yare Dekho Tare Kaho Krishna Upadesh. So this is the important significance of book distribution. So happy to hear all of you are involved in this, and please participate in this and receive the blessings of Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Can we take one or two questions?
One or two questions. All right. I hope he has not planted somebody. Okay. Mataji, are you planted? No.
No, Prabhu.
Okay, please.
Just wanted to know a few tips, like how we speak with the non-devotees for the book distribution. So just few points, Prabhu, from your side. It will be helpful for all of us.
So what do we say? You see, you read Science of Self-Realization. This is what I do. I also practice. Even to this day I practice. Science of Self-Realization. Maybe Perfect Question, Perfect Answer. These kind of small books. You read because Prabhupada was in front of somebody and Prabhupada had to preach. And Prabhupada, what is it that Prabhupada said to trigger their interest? So different things work for different people, and ultimately Krishna will inspire in our heart to say the right thing if we maintain the right devotional attitude. That is why I said we should do our sadhana nicely, we should do our chanting nicely, and praying to Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada. And then when we see them, never offend them. Offending means they have certain beliefs, certain ideas. Don't offend them. For example, this is an internal crowd I will share with you. Some months back, the chairman of ISRO was in my office, and he was telling me about the new Chandrayaan project. Shall I tell him what we think about Chandrayaan project to him? He will be devastated and he will never come to ISKCON again. You see? So, never offend their deep convictions and beliefs. Be friendly, be nice, say something inspiring about Krishna, about Prabhupada. A few days back I heard one of our folk guides tell this to me. I was so moved to hear that. There was one young boy, college boy, who had gone around somewhere, and somehow one devotee met him and brought him to the temple, and he came. And the little senior folk guide was talking to him, and he told him about Prabhupada and Prabhupada's life. When that boy heard that, he said, I've been going here, there, looking for what is life, what is the truth, and now I'm hearing. As he heard Prabhupada's life, that young college boy, there were tears in his eyes. Okay, if some college girl, there were tears in his eyes, we can understand. College boys are tough guys. They don't shed tears. But look, this boy, how he was so moved hearing Srila Prabhupada's life. There are souls waiting to get Krishna's mercy, Prabhupada's mercy. So, we do our sadhana, we do our reading and chanting nicely, praying to Prabhupada, and Krishna will inspire us to say the right thing. And there are different starting points you're talking about, starting points. So if you read Science of chapter after chapter, you will see in other small books, Beyond Birth and Death, because these were all lectures or conversations Prabhupada had in different occasions. He was meeting a police officer in Chicago. He was meeting one Christian nun in London. There's another story, last 2 minutes only. There was one devotee in London again, in the same temple, Bury Place. The devotee was outside, and then one sister, nun, she was passing by, and this devotee was also in his devotee robes, and then she asked him and started talking to him, who are you, what's going on? This was in the 69, 70, early that time. And then the devotee saw that she had some kind of a interest and something. So she said, he said, my spiritual master is here. Do you like to meet him? She said, really? Yes, I'd like to. Then he told her, just wait one moment. I'll go check up. So he ran up to the first floor, and Prabhupada was there. This was during daytime. And then asked Prabhupada, there is one a Christian nun. She wants to see you. Can I bring her up? Prabhupada said, yes, bring her up. And so she came up and sat with Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada told her something, and then she told Prabhupada told something from the Gita. She told something from the Bible. Prabhupada was very happy to hear that. And he said, oh, really? Bible says that? Very nice. And then he told something else about Krishna. And she was very happy. Oh, your Gita says that? And she quoted something else from the Bible. And again Prabhupada appreciated what she was saying and said something more. And like this back and forth, the conversation happened for about half an hour or so. Sharing what Prabhupada, sharing what Gita says. She sharing what the Bible says. Just see how Prabhupada was so expert in striking a congenial conversation with anybody to inspire them and impress them about Krishna. Srila Prabhupada is an expert preacher, worldwide preacher. So if we just pray to him, serve him with that mood, Prabhupada will inspire us to say the right thing. One more planted question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Pradeep, there's already someone.
Here, Prabhu.
Where are you, Mataji?
On your right, Prabhu.
Oh, there you are. Are you also planted?
No, Prabhu.
Okay, go ahead.
Dandavats Pranam. Prabhu, for me to take up Bhagavad-gita reading, I realized that I'm suffering. So that was the starting point for me. And it is a starting point for everybody, I'm sure, in some way or the other. So how do we subtly make people realize that, you're suffering and answer is here in this book?
Again, you see, these are all to that person who is suffering. What kind of suffering? Varieties of suffering, right? The world is, everyone's suffering is so unique and complex. Yes, everyone is suffering in the world. And what to say, what exactly to say, I would think, again repeating what I said, Krishna will inspire you to say the right thing, provided you have the right frame of mind, the devotional attitude. Of course, we can say, Krishna says in the Gita, the world is a place of miseries. And he is inviting us to the spiritual world, which is free from miseries. Bhagavad-gita is actually an invitation. Just like you get an invitation for a marriage and you think, oh, this is an important marriage, I must go. Or you get some important function, oh, that is so important, I must go. Or suppose you get an invitation from Rashtrapati Bhavan in Delhi, January 26, Republic Day, for the something happens there on the Republic Day, and you've got an invitation. How you will carefully value that? In the same way, Bhagavad-gita is an invitation from the Supreme Lord Himself. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, the Lord of the entire universe, the friend of the entire world, and the supreme enjoyer of the entire world. He is sending an invitation. Please come to me. Things like that. So I don't want to specifically say this will work or that. Pray to Krishna. Be in the right consciousness. Krishna will inspire you to say the right things. I remember one devotee, she mentions that in one of the, you must have seen. She says, she was a Canadian young girl. She says, I was in the university in Montreal. Prabhupada came and Prabhupada sang. And what he was singing, I could not understand at all. But I could feel there is some spiritual potency in that singing. And I was drawn to his singing. And I started asking the devotees, can I come and see him? Where can I come? And they invited me to the temple. And she became a disciple of Prabhupada. So what strikes? It's Krishna should work through us. Krishna will work through every one of us. Prabhupada will work through every one of us if we want to serve him. This is Prabhupada's assurance. I will be your guide, whether physically present or not. I will be your personal guide. It's Prabhupada's statement. 1977 in Vrindavan. I will be your personal guide, whether physically present or not, just as I am receiving instructions from my spiritual master. So this is the assurance Prabhupada has given. So let's pray to Prabhupada to inspire us to say the right thing. In general, of course, all of these philosophical truths we want to share in a few words and inspire them to take a book and read a book. Okay? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Our humble gratitude to His Grace Chanchalapathi Prabhu for sharing his wisdom and describing the glories of Srila Prabhupada and reinforcing in us the value of Srila Prabhupada's books and also telling us the importance of distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. Now we have the next program, that is the distribution of the prizes for the whole year book marathon, book distribution. After that, there will be presentation on upcoming book marathon, and we have 1 or 2 small videos on book distribution. After that, prasadam arrangement in the OAT second floor. Now I would invite His Grace Vasudev Keshav Prabhu to come and present the winners of whole year book distribution.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada book distribution ki. Thank you, Chanchalapathi Prabhu, for your very beautiful and nice class, inspiring our devotees, and the most essential points which we always mention, like as the question was asked, how do we speak and what do we speak? And if we maintain our purity and our sincerity and make our effort, then Krishna himself will inspire us from within what to speak, and everything will fall in place automatically. Thank you, Prabhu. So, every year we have this book marathon, and this marathon is confined, that's how the name is, marathon. It is confined to for these 2 months of December and January. But since the last few years, should book be distributed only during 2 months? When should the books be distributed? Whole year. In fact, this is one of the best services that congregation devotees can take up, and in fact any devotee distributing Prabhupada books all throughout the year. So last 5 years we have been putting special effort and inspiring devotees, and devotees also have taken this up very seriously, and year on year we have been distributing books. So we thought this year we will have this, because officially it concludes today, the whole year book marathon, and today we start the whole year book distribution, and today we start the book marathon for 2 months. So that's how we thought we will have the prize distribution ceremony during this time, to recognize all the devotees who have put in special effort, not just for 2 months, but for 10 months. So that is something very special about these teams, that they have given in a lot of time and effort. Let's read some of the quotes of Srila Prabhupada. I am so much pleased to hear how you are so enthusiastic for distributing our books and literatures. Krishna will surely bless you. This book distribution program is our real propaganda work, and Krishna is giving you intelligence how to do it nicely. Thank you very much. Something that Prabhu also said, Krishna will give you intelligence how to do it nicely. This quote was not planted, Prabhu. It was initially there, so it got connected. Actually, producing and distributing books is our most important engagement. All other engagements culminate in this one end, distribution of books. Sankirtan party and distribution of our magazines and books is our real program. Other things are secondary. So during the summer time, you should utilize this program of Sankirtana and book distribution vigorously. So you see here in this quote, Prabhupada is specifically stressing book distribution not during the marathon time, December, January, but he says here during the summer time also. And why just limit it to summer? Prabhupada wanted all throughout the year his books be distributed. So I am so much pleased upon all the boys and girls in Los Angeles and all over the world who are understanding and appreciating this unique quality of our transcendental literature, and voluntarily they are going out to distribute my books, despite all circumstances of difficulty. And now the letter, this is a letter, and now it continues, something very important Prabhupada says. By this effort alone, that is distributing books, they are assured to go back to home, back to Godhead. Srila Prabhupada ki. So coming to how we have been doing book distribution, we made special, of course it's been going on for many years, but then we started putting special efforts for the whole year book marathon. And just some data points for all the devotees. So in 2021, these were during the COVID days, and even during COVID days, devotees were doing whole year distribution. So we had 11 teams which had registered, and a total of 4,84,218 Lakshmi points worth of books were distributed. In 2022, just coming out of COVID, but still there, 15 teams and 7,34,247 points of books were distributed. 23, somehow something happened and the number of teams slipped back to 11. But in spite of the number of teams slipping back to 11, the total book distributed increased. And it was 16,37,427 worth of books. 2024, that is last year, 17 teams enrolled, up by 6, and total book distributed 26,10,441. And last year, we had 22 teams registered, 5 more got added, and you will be happy to know that from 26 lakhs this year, concluded today, we have distributed 45 lakhs, 41,257 worth of books. So congratulations to all the teams. And so these are the top 5, of course, winners, but actually everyone who participates in book distribution is a winner in the eyes of Srila Prabhupada. So even if you go and distribute one book, Srila Prabhupada has noticed it and you have been recognized. But nevertheless, just to encourage devotees, we have this, a method to acknowledge by awarding them some spiritual gifts. So I will call upon the names of all the devotees, and I request the devotees to please come up from this side, Pradipta, to please come up from this side and come here, and you may collect your mementos and prizes from Chanchalapathi Prabhu, and then you may exit from that side. Okay, so after the team has come up and you have received, you may pose along with Prabhu for a group photograph, as a memory for you. So team number 5, 5th position, goes to Srila Prabhupada Sena. Team leader Sunanda Hari Prabhu and team members Kallol Roy, Leela Madhur Devi Dasi, Venkatachalapati M, Pooja Mataji, Lavanya Mataji, Praveen Krishna Prabhu, Rajesh Acharya, Shivaji Rao, and they have distributed 1,75,000 worth of books in the last 10 months. A big round of applause for them. Please come up and receive your mementos from His Grace Sri Chanchalapathi Prabhu. As devotees are coming up, you can directly go, and he is Sunanda Hari Prabhu, the team leader.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare
Photography,
Krishna,
yeah.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Next, the team that stood fourth, the team name, Team Sudarshan Narasimha. Team leader, Vedapriya Mataji. Team members, Rekha Mataji, Lohit Prabhu, Vidya Mataji, Sheila Ramesh Mataji, Nayak, Shweta Mataji, Rupa Mataji, and Abhiram Gunakar Prabhu. And they have distributed books worth 4,34,016 points. Hare Krishna. That is Vedapriya Mataji, the leader of this team. Come. That's her daughter and son. Yes, please come, Mataji. The devotees are requested to come in the order in which your names are displayed. The mementos here are in that order. The mementos carry your names. So if you come in this order, it will be quick and easy to coordinate.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Next, the third place. Now request devotees to please come from that side, and you can pay your obeisances and then prepare to Prabhupada. Yes, okay. Pay your obeisances to Prabhupada. And then you may exit from this side. So coming from that side, please, and please come in the order in which the names are displayed on the screen. The third prize goes to Team Caitanya family. Team leader Panaga Shayana Prabhu, with team members Narakesri Prabhu, Suvrata Bhakta Prabhu, Vishwanath Prabhu, Shrikant Goptapu, Tamoha Krishna Prabhu, Parameshwar Prabhu, Chandrasekhar V and Gopi K. And they have done a total of 5,26,100 Lakshmi points.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
That is Panaga Shayana Prabhu, the team leader. They have been doing, all the teams here have been doing book distribution for many years now, and inspired by Srila Prabhupada books. And every year they come up with renewed enthusiasm, and so this the second position goes to Team Sadhika. And they have done a total of, okay, the team leader Jagadhatri Mataji, with team members Apurva Radha Mataji, Manisha Mataji, Aishwarya Mataji, Manjulata Rajput Mataji, Dhanalakshmi Mataji, Chaitra Mataji, Bhavya Radha Mataji and Girija Mataji, and they have done a total of 6,47,846 Lakshmi points. That is Jagadhatri Mataji leading the team. So Team Sadhika, second place. Big round of applause for them. All of them have done very wonderfully. Served Srila Prabhupada for the last 10 months and will continue their service again from today for the next 2 months. The team that has stood first in the 10-month-long book marathon is Team Radharani, and team leader once again Jagadhatri Mataji. She has led 2 teams, both standing first and second. Team members Murari Caitanya Prabhu, Dhatri Mataji, Prema Vilasini Mataji, Anita Mataji, Anusha Mataji, Ujjwala Simha Prabhu, Shruti Mataji and Madhu Smita Devi Mataji, and they have done 11,44,457 Lakshmi points. Big round of applause. They have done very well distributing so many books for the period of last 10 months. Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada book distribution ki. Thank you. Thank you, Mother. Now these were the Lakshmi points, that the total worth of books that they distributed. I have here in the paper the total number of books that they distributed. I'm sure all of you would be interested in knowing that. So team number 5, Prabhupada Sena, 1,75,000. They have distributed 1,880 books of Srila Prabhupada. Team number 4, Sudarshana Narasimha, 4.34 lakh worth of books, distributed 4,008 books. Caitanya family, 5.26 lakhs, they have distributed 5,500 books. Sadhika team, okay, the Sadhika team, they have done 6,47,000 and they have distributed 3,322 books, which is lesser than the previous team. So looks like they have distributed more bigger books. And so round of applause for Sadhika for distributing bigger books, and a round of applause for Caitanya family for distributing more books. And the first team, Radharani team, 11.4 lakhs, they have distributed 5,773 books. Now while this whole year book marathon was going on, from the ashram, some devotees came and said that we also want to participate in the book distribution. We don't want to participate just during the marathon, but we also want to do the whole year book marathon. And they came and told this to us just 2 months before, this is November, so September end. So I thought, okay, we can do it anytime. There's no, every day is an auspicious day to start book marathon. So we got a small team of devotees led by Hari Bhakta Prabhu and Dashrath Sutta Prabhu. And in the last 2 months, they have distributed books worth 10,27,135 points in the last 2 months. Hari Bhakta Prabhu, where is he? There are no prizes, of course, for Hari Bhakta Prabhu. And they have distributed, he's not coming out, he's feeling shy. They have distributed total 5,014 books. So that's our Brahmachari Ashram contribution. Thank you. So with this we conclude, Prabhu, the marathon. We have some more things, and I request everyone for a big round of applause for Chanchalapathi Prabhu for having come and inspired us with his valuable words and having given away all the prizes. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Please, yes. We'll continue, Prabhu. Request everyone to please be seated. We have now the next year book marathon, some do's, don'ts, and some points. Let us go through it quickly. We have some interesting videos also towards the end of the presentation. So just a few more quotes. Srila Prabhupada on book distribution. In this modern godless civilization, everyone is greatly suffering due to lack of real knowledge of Krishna. And our task is very great and very important. We must deliver this pure science of God to everyone and give them the chance to make their lives successful. So point to be noted, Prabhupada is saying, our task, the task that all of you have taken up, is not an ordinary task. It is something very great and very important. So how nice you should feel that you're taking up a great and important task. And Prabhupada is saying, This is not optional, it's a must. We must deliver this pure science of God to everyone and make their life successful. Have we made our life successful? So, yeah, that is we still have to endeavor to make our life successful. So the answer is both yes and no, because we've not come, because real life successful means becoming pure devotee. But in one sense, have we made all our life successful? Yes. And you want to make others' life successful? Yes. So this is what Prabhupada is writing to all of us. Please distribute books, distribute book, distribute book. A greater mridanga. We are chanting, playing a mridanga, it is heard within this room or little more. But this mridanga, the book distribution, will go home to home, country to country, community to community, this mridanga. If he reads, in a lecture Prabhupada is saying, if he reads one shloka, his life will be successful. If one shloka, one word, this is such nice things. Therefore we are stressing so much. Please distribute book, distribute book, distribute book. Like Prabhupada says that Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama. Anything said 3 times means it is very important, must be done, no option, very important. So actually I have researched, and except for that Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, the only other occurrence that I got where Prabhupada uses something 3 times, immediately one after the other, is distribute books, distribute books, distribute books. So you can see the importance that Prabhupada gave for book distribution. Book distribution is also chanting. These books I have recorded and chanted, and they are transcribed. It is spoken kirtanas. So book distribution is also chanting. These are not ordinary books. It is recorded chanting. Anyone who reads, he is hearing. Book distribution must not be neglected. Our first business is this book distribution. If this book distribution is managed properly, pushed on with great enthusiasm and determination, and at the same time, if our men keep spiritually strong, then the whole world will become Krishna conscious. It's a very nice quote, and Prabhu was also mentioning how we should maintain our enthusiasm and determination. This has the potency to make the whole world Krishna conscious. Everyone should preach and distribute books if they want to please me in the best way. So you see, this is not just pleasing Prabhupada, but pleasing Prabhupada in the best way. And that is to distribute books. Whenever I get report of my book selling, I feel strength. Regarding book sales figures, please endeavor in this way. This is the only solace of my life. When I hear that my books are selling so nicely, I become energetic like a young man. So it's in our hands to make Prabhupada feel energetic, and we will receive special blessings of Srila Prabhupada. Book distribution is solid. Even if they do not read, simply by touching, they are benefited. It is so much powerful. How is someone benefiting simply by touching? Who can explain? Just by touching, Prabhupada is saying they are benefited, it is so much powerful. These are words of Krishna. Words of Krishna and Krishna are non-different, is one and the same. So even if, so that's, some of you asked a question, what is the technique for book distribution? So one of the simple technique of book distribution, a very practical tip, when somebody comes to you for a book and you are thinking what to speak, sometimes we just keep speaking. The first thing that you should do is hand over a book to him. If you're giving someone a book, he will not refuse. He'll take it in his hand, right? And the moment he has a book in his hand, he's touching Krishna. He's getting purified. And as Prabhupada says, even if he does not buy a book, simply by touching, he's benefiting. So we have the potency or the power to benefit each and every one, even if they don't buy a book. So simply this method of just giving them a book and making them and having them hold it is also a very powerful method. Therefore, we stress so much in the book distribution. Somehow or other, if the book goes in one hand, he will be benefited. At least he will see, oh, they have taken so much price. Let me see what is there. So he has paid a price for it, and so he will read it. Some eminent personalities glorifying Srila Prabhupada. Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Prime Minister. I brought Bhagavad-gita as a gift for the Japanese Prime Minister. I do not have anything better than Gita to give, and nor does the world has anything better to receive. Vishweshatirtha Swamiji, he was the earlier pontiff of Pejavar Math. Just as Bhagiratha brought the Ganga to India, Swami Prabhupada brought the Bhakti Ganga to the whole world. Tulsi Gabbard, US Director of National Intelligence, recent in Trump administration. If not for the compassion of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, I never would have achieved this supreme treasure of Krishna's holy names. So some milestones and awards just to encourage devotees and to recognize their efforts. Of course, book distribution does not call for any awards because the service itself is an award, and we should do this service selflessly without thinking that I am going to win or this or that. Distributing books, the effort itself is the award. As Prabhupada says, if my disciples are putting in effort and if they go out, I'll be pleased. So the whole goal of book distribution is what? To please Srila Prabhupada. So you can please Srila Prabhupada not by having a big figure, but by sincerely going out and distributing. And if you can get a big figure also, definitely Prabhupada will be very happy. But he'll be happy in either way. It's just a sincerity of purpose is what counts. So, actually one should try, this is Prabhupada's quote, actually one should try to serve Krishna to his or her full capacity without thought of reward. Service is itself the reward. See, service itself is the reward. But this takes time to actually realize. And until that platform is achieved, some pressure or inducement is required. Although spiritual endeavors, so this is what I was saying, that was the quote end. The previous slide was the quote end. Although spiritual endeavors do not call for material awards, we would like to show our appreciation to devotees who cross various milestones in their efforts to distribute more and more books to please Srila Prabhupada. So, just for your information, last year's data of the book marathon, that is the 2-month book distribution. So, how much did we do in the 2-month book distribution? 10-month book distribution? 45 lakh for 10 months. Now let's see how everybody's enthusiasm and energy doubles up or triples up during this 2-month of book marathon. 2021, we had done, somehow the commas are missing. Sorry, this is the total number of books. Okay, total number of books. We don't have the Lakshmi points figure. We have the total number of books. So how many books we distributed? 10 months was, how many total books you have the figure? We don't have the figure. Okay. 5,000 first team, 3,000 second team, 5, 4. So this is about 5, 8, 13, 18, 19, 20, 25, and plus 5 more. About 30,000 books we distributed for the last 10 months. So here it shows 2021, 22,000 books. 2022, 39,095 books. You can see the figures. It's too small. 2023, 53,000. We crossed the 50,000 marks. 2024, 81,300 books were distributed. And last year, book marathon, we distributed 1,15,206 books in all. These were the top 5 teams of last year's book marathon. Jai Jagannath team, Back to Godhead team, Radharani team, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama team, some new entrants from the whole year marathon, and Radha Madan Mohan team. A round of applause for those who did last year, and all the best to everyone this year. So some milestones, top 5 teams, not top 5 teams, it is top 8 teams. Am I right, Hari Bhakta? It's top 8 teams. We have been increasing more. Sorry? Okay, thank you. Awards, categories, and milestone. So there is milestones are 8, but these top 5 teams, there are these categories: maximum number of Srimad-Bhagavatam and Caitanya Charitamrita sets distributed. So sometimes devotees find it difficult to distribute the big sets. They distribute the small books. But actually, you just need to know a little bit of technique. So last year, I remember about 3 weeks before the closure of the book marathon, we had some special sessions where we met the leaders and some team members of the book marathon, and we explained to them how the big sets also have a huge potency. And in just 3 weeks' time, the team members themselves came back and told us that, yes, Prabhu, we didn't know that big sets distributing could be easier than, it's much easier than we actually thought. So please do not focus. Of course, a book goes this way or that way, it is good. But first you should make an endeavor to distribute a big book. In case he is unable to take a big book or a big set, then you can give him a smaller book. So please do not always try to go for distributing a small book. The big books have a lot of potency. Which was the book that Srila Prabhupada first took with him to the United States? The Srimad-Bhagavatam. That was the big book. Of course, he had only the 3 volumes, but nevertheless, Prabhupada took Srimad-Bhagavatam. So there are so many points that you can say to convince a person about taking Srimad-Bhagavatam. There's a shloka in the Caitanya Charitamrita, which is a very powerful shloka, and you can quote this: Krishna Tulya Bhagavata. Krishna Tulya Bhagavata is like a Sanskrit shloka, or it's very simple. That means Bhagavata, Srimad-Bhagavatam, is non-different from Krishna. So actually, when you preach to people when they come, you should tell them that if you're taking Srimad-Bhagavatam and you're keeping it, you are bringing Krishna to your home. You are keeping Krishna in your home. So keeping Srimad-Bhagavatam is like keeping Krishna in your home, and simply seeing Srimad-Bhagavatam is having Krishna darshan every day. This is a fact actually. It is not an exaggeration at all. So these particular things, when devotees have spoken and when they have heard, bringing Srimad-Bhagavatam is bringing Krishna to you, because Krishna Tulya Bhagavata, that's what Chaitanya Charitamrita says. So last year, many devotees came back and told us that to devotees who we thought will not buy even a small book, when they preach to him, they purchase Srimad-Bhagavatam. One doctor was telling, there was a patient who came to my clinic, and he looked like a very simple person from a rural place, from a village. And for him, even giving 500 rupees as the doctor fee was difficult. And the doctor, after treating him physically, thought to treat him spiritually also. And the doctor started preaching to that patient all about Srimad-Bhagavatam. And after preaching, doctor said, I had no hope that he's going to buy a Srimad-Bhagavatam because I could make out from his appearance. But she said that that person purchased the entire set of Srimad-Bhagavatam. So that is the potency of Srimad-Bhagavatam. It is Krishna, Tulya, Bhagavata. And there are so many things you can talk about Srimad-Bhagavatam. Two more important things that you can talk about Srimad-Bhagavatam. Generally people say somebody's beloved God or favorite God is Rama, somebody's is Narasimha, somebody worships Buddha, all these different things. You can tell any God you want. God means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? So any God you want, it is there in the Srimad-Bhagavatam, which is also a fact. So when they hear, we have all the incarnations, all the 10 incarnations. In fact, Srimad-Bhagavatam has got not only 10 incarnations, it has got so many incarnations. So when they hear that this book has got not only about Krishna, it's got Rama, it's got Narasimha, it's got Varaha, it's got Kurma. When they hear a list of Supreme Personality of Godhead and their incarnations, they get very convinced. These were some of the things that worked wonderfully in our last year book marathon. Now, another thing that will work very wonderfully, people, there is a slide here. We will post it in the groups. People want, everybody is very connected with the festivals, right? So we have prepared a slide where you name a festival that comes during the year, and every festival has a reference in the Srimad-Bhagavatam. So you want about Rama Navami, there is Rama's pastime. You want about Deepavali, again Rama's pastime. You want about Lord Buddha, the Buddha's pastime is there. You want about Onam, a very popular festival in South India, Bali Maharaj's pastime is there. Like that, any festival you take it, about Akshay Tritiya, how Mother Ganges descended, that happened during Akshay Tritiya, that is there. So especially if you're preaching, trying to sell Srimad-Bhagavatam, please use these techniques and request everyone to make special efforts to push to distribute Srimad-Bhagavatam. As Prabhupada says, keeping Srimad-Bhagavatam or touching it itself is so powerful. So special efforts for Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita sets. Prabhupada says that Chaitanya Charitamrita is a very sweet book. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, during his last days, which was the book he was reading? Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Prabhupada says, one day, the whole world will learn. Generally people say, the whole world, Sanskrit will become the medium of language all across the world. Prabhupada says, one day, the whole world will learn Bengali just to relish Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that is the potency of these two sets. Two best distributors from teams who have reached the 5th milestones will be recognized. What are those milestones? I'll come to that. There's also a special recognition for those who get the biggest bulk order of books. And there are also special recognitions for those who sell the maximum number of Bhagavad-gita, Krishna, and Science of Self-Realization books. There's a very nice story of Krishna book. You want to hear how the first Krishna book was distributed? All the books, where were they printed and where were they distributed? Los Angeles or America, because Los Angeles was the first BBT that Prabhupada established in the year. BBT got first established in the year 1972. Until that time, we didn't have BBT. They were doing small books printing through ISKCON Press. Now, Krishna book got published in the year 1970. And where did it get distributed? Did it get distributed in America? No. So Prabhupada had contacted Dai Nippon Company in Japan for special printing of Krishna book. This was very special because this was the first book that got published with color plates. Until the Krishna book, none of the books were published with color plates. The color plate book of Bhagavad-gita As It Is, Macmillan edition, came much later in 1972. This was in 1970. So Prabhupada told Brahmananda Swami to go to Japan and connect with this Dai Nippon Company people. They were big publishers. You know the Time magazine. It's a very big magazine. So Dai Nippon was publishing the Time magazine. So they were that book. So Prabhupada wanted the best for his books. Because Krishna has the book, so Prabhupada contacted Dai Nippon Company and Brahmananda went to Japan. He met them, and he goes in the month of May 1970. And Prabhupada had told Brahmananda Swami that I want this Krishna book to be ready for San Francisco Rath Yatra, which was in July of 1970. So there was just 2 months to print the whole book. And so Brahmananda went, he met the Dai Nippon executives, and he said that this is a special book with color plates, voluminous book. They were in 2 volumes, and this is for my spiritual master. And here you are, everything he gave. And so they said, how much time do we have, sir? So Brahmananda Swami says, you have 2 months. Now can you guess where the first book was distributed? In Japan or in America? How many of you say Japan? How many of you say America? What do the rest of you devotees say? You're confused between this or that. So let's hear the story. So Brahmananda said 2 months, and the Dai Nippon executive says it is impossible. We cannot do it. Brahmananda Swami said, I have to please my spiritual master. My spiritual master wants this book for San Francisco Rath Yatra. Please, please, please do it. They said, we'll try our best, but we can't promise. So Brahmananda Swami was staying there in Japan, and he recalls, every day I was going to the printing press to see and pushing those Dai Nippon company to see that the books gets printed on time. And it was a lot of anxiety for him. And then the last few days were coming, and every time they would say, sir, we are trying our best, but you cannot guarantee. And towards the last few days, they say, sir, it's not possible. We are very sorry. It's impossible. And Brahmananda Swami was very unhappy that he cannot go back to SF Rath Yatra with this book. And last day he went, he thought, he says, sir, sorry, not possible. Then Brahmananda booked his ticket to San Francisco on the day of the Rath Yatra, and he, very unhappy, he boarded, he was about to board the plane, so he's checked in, and he's going up the flight of steps, and suddenly he sees a big black limousine driving in just next to the plane. Just like when we go to the airport, we see those buses that drop us till the staircase. So big black limousine, and Brahmananda is climbing up, and this limousine is coming in, and there's some 5 well-dressed blue suit Dai Nippon executives come in, and they have 2 carton boxes of books. So Brahmananda, he said, oh my God, I'm going to get it. Or he doesn't know what's there inside. So he assumes that they have somehow made it, because he was saying, I have to please my spiritual master. So that purpose was there, that I have to please Srila Prabhupada. So Brahmananda Prabhu recalls, he's coming back from the staircase. You don't climb down. So the steward, that air hostess is calling him, you can't go back, the plane is about to take off. But somehow he comes down, and he takes these 2 boxes and thanks these Dai Nippon executives and goes up in the plane. And then he opens the boxes. He could not, the plane took off immediately, and the plane took off, and then somewhere where they announced that now you can, he opens these boxes, and he's so happy to see the Krishna book. It was a beautifully printed book with silver color and Radha Krishna picture with all the color paints, comes out very beautifully. So Brahmananda goes and he lands, and he's waiting to meet Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada, so he brings those boxes. The Rath Yatra is about to begin. He brings those boxes to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada is so pleased. His eyes brightened up. Like Prabhupada says, I become energetic like a young man. So something actually happened like that, and Prabhupada is so pleased. And then Prabhupada asked him, so there's one book in Prabhupada's hand. So then Prabhupada asks him, very nice, how many copies do you have? So Brahmananda, actually they had printed 20 copies in a book, in a casing, in a cardboard. So Brahmananda says 19. So Prabhupada says, why 19? What happened to the 20th? So he said, I sold it on the flight to the person who was sitting next to me. So the first Krishna book was sold neither in Japan nor in America. It was sold midway mid-air in the flight. So these are the leelas of Srila Prabhupada. Anywhere a book can be sold, that is the potency of Srila Prabhupada book. So Prabhupada was very happy. So when Brahmananda opened the casing in the flight, the person next to him said, "Oh, what are these?" And then Brahmananda started preaching to him in the flight. And when he saw these books and when he heard about that book, he became enchanted and he said, "Okay, I will buy a book, please give it to me." And that's how the book was sold. So Prabhupada says, all these books should be sold in the Rath Yatra. And everybody said, Jai. And then Prabhupada had one copy in his hand. And Prabhupada said, and this also. The one that he had in his hand. So Krishna book is so it's very simple and easy to sell Krishna book. You just have to say, sir, this book has got 90 stories of Srila Prabhupada, of Krishna. When they hear that these are nice stories, you can tell them, Prabhupada says you can read Krishna book stories in the night. You can read it for yourself and you can read it to your children. And you go to sleep with a very good consciousness. So, there are many points like this. The best way to sell a book, read something from the book and try to reproduce what Prabhupada has written in the book. Some of the books, another selling point, many of you would have noticed, on the back of the book, the back cover, there'll be something mentioned about the book. Sometimes it's a quote of Prabhupada. So you can pick a book and you can mention those things. That is also a very, simple way to sell Srila Prabhupada's books. So, team distributed maximum number of Srila Prabhupada biography. So we have this also. You are encouraged to, sell these books. Now we have Sing, Dance and Lead also in this group. Many wonderful memories of Srila Prabhupada recollected by devotees. And these are the milestones. First milestone, teams who have crossed 40,000 Lakshmi points, they get special recognition with special spiritual gifts. Milestone 2, 70,000 Lakshmi points. Milestone 3, 1,10,000 Lakshmi points. Milestone 4, 1,40,000. And milestone 5, 1,85,000 Lakshmi points. And we have some very special gift for those who reach milestone 5. What that special gift is, you will come to know after 2 months in the award ceremony. And we'll explain how it is so special. Milestone 6 is 4 lakh Lakshmi point. Last year many teams had reached this. Milestone 7 is 6 lakhs Lakshmi point. And last year, this was the last milestone. We have added one more this year. Milestone 8, 8 lakh Lakshmi points. So everyone is, encouraged, and I'm sure you'll be enthused to distribute Srila Prabhupada books. So these are the dates. Prabhupada says, by fully concentrating on distributing books for Krishna, one is fully absorbed in Krishna. This is Samadhi. So all of us will now go into Samadhi for the next 2 months. Everybody is ready to go into Samadhi for the next 2 months? What is Samadhi? By concentrating on distributing books for Prabhupada. So it's simply effort. So actually this quote is very nice. You simply think and meditate, I want to distribute books. And Krishna only sees the desire. We may all think, distributing books, going on the street and standing, whom to approach, what to do. No, don't think of how to do it. You think of you want to do it. How to do it, who will inspire? Krishna will inspire. First, we should have a desire to do it. So simply maintaining a desire. I don't know how to distribute books. I have no qualification. This is the way book distribution should happen. I have no qualification. Very humble approach. But I wish to do it. Krishna, please help me. And Krishna will help us. So the book marathon has started today. And these are the dates. Last date for book issue is 24th January. 27th January is the last date of book returns and settlement of accounts. So 27th January will be the date that will be counted. And 1st February is the closing ceremony and the prize distribution. And marathon coordinators, all of you know Ranganath very well. the team at the BBT office, they work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. window, 12 hours, to assist all the devotees in the next 2 months for your book collection and all other assistance that you need. And you can contact him. You can register as one of these 3 teams: Krishna Ashraya team, as a folk team, and as a KL team. Prabhupada writes, our preaching work will be measured by the quantity of books we distribute, so continue ever increasingly. Now there's a war-like situation, right? So one quote of Prabhupada connected to war-like situation which was back then and what Prabhupada said. In the January of 1977, I was traveling with Srila Prabhupada as his personal secretary, Rameshwar Prabhu's recalling. I had lots of opportunities to have intimate conversation with Prabhupada, especially when we were traveling by train to Kumbh Mela. One particular conversation was about the topic of nuclear war. Prabhupada had spoken about this over the last 2 years, predicting that America and Russia would start a nuclear war through their proxy states, India and Pakistan. This had been a topic of great concern, and this topic was being discussed all over ISKCON for some years. So I asked Srila Prabhupada, he asked Srila Prabhupada if there was a chance of this war being averted, stopped. At first, Prabhupada said no. Prabhupada says, communism is so evil, we must force this war to happen. In fact, Prabhupada says, just as Krishna appears to protect devotees and annihilate the demon, so Hare Krishna movement has arisen to annihilate the 2 great demons of our age, godless communism and godless science. So there must be a war to end it. And then Prabhupada sat back and thought for a moment. He said, but there is a possibility that this war may be averted, that this war may not happen. And then he said, it depends on your book distribution. He continued to say, book distribution is creating a spiritual environment throughout the whole world, and that will awaken spiritual sentiments in everyone's heart. And as that spiritual feelings awaken, as you continue book distribution, it will bring down the evil in the society. And then Prabhupada says, the future historians will note how communism failed because of your book distribution. They will note how a revolution, a spiritual revolution throughout the entire world, throughout the human society, took place by the Hare Krishna movement. So these were the words of Prabhupada. And all of you know these tips, few tips and suggestion, gifting to friends and colleagues. All of you have, you know all this. Visiting famous temples and putting up stalls. Events like book festivals and lit festivals. Door-to-door, outstation events, all these are the ways. Now I have one last slide. This is something very important. How many of you want to just distribute books? And not just distribute books, but distribute books and ensure that they read the book. Read the book also you want? Of course, distributing a book means they will read, because as Prabhupada says, they have taken so much price for it. But this is something, so we have come up with a new program. It's called the Gita Essentials. Life's Balance in 4 Steps with ISKCON Bangalore. So this workshop is not optional, it's essential in a way that the course name is Gita Essential. So what this course is, I will mention. It's an online course. The course fee is 500 rupees, which includes a free Bhagavad-gita. The Gita itself is 300 rupees. And they can attend 4 consecutive Sundays. It's a 1-hour course, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. They are live classes on Zoom. And so if they register for this, It is basically, a very small amount. So we have been doing this for the last 1 year, and many people have shown interest because there are many sincere souls who just don't want to read, but they want someone to help them to understand. And these all will be done by full-time resident devotees of the temple. And we have seen quite some transformation in them when 4 hours if they have heard Bhagavad-gita. You can imagine what is the transformation that would have gone through. So when you're selling a Bhagavad-gita, you can try some more details on how you will register for this particular course will be given by our devotees. Our devotees will give you some more information about it. But for all of you to know, if you're selling Bhagavad Gita, you can also try to pitch in this, selling not just the Gita, but Gita along with a course on Bhagavad Gita. These days, courses are very popular. People want to take courses, and it's in a very structured manner. And a course on Bhagavad Gita, what better course? In fact, this is the course. That's why it says this is not optional. It is essential. This is the best course that they can take. So please try to preach about this also. These are the 4 sessions. Session 1, Bhagavad Gita overview and setting the scene. Session 2 is the science of the soul and karma yoga. Session 3 is science of yoga, the process of linking back to the Supreme. And session 4 is about the 3 gunas, the science of influence on actions, how 3 gunas influence our actions. Book distribution is my life. If book distribution increases, I will never die. I will be living for centuries. Hare Krishna. Happy book distribution to all the devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki. Just to end it with a quote. This is the one that on Srimad-Bhagavatam, I was telling you about the Srimad-Bhagavatam. As God is one, similarly to understand Him, there is only one literature, that is Srimad-Bhagavatam. So like this, you can have some things handy with you. We are compiling a list of points, and we'll distribute it to all the devotees. You could use these points as talking points, especially for distributing Srimad-Bhagavatam. And please try it, and definitely you will see results. Your Bhagavatam set sales will increase. As I said last year, in the last 3 weeks, the set sales that we did were much more than the total set sales we did in the first 6 weeks. So that was the difference that it created. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada book distribution ki. Over to Pradipta Narasimha Prabhu. We'll play one small video, 10 minutes video. We have 2 very nice videos, and we'll play them. Only one video, it's a 10 minutes video made by Hare Krishna movement. Other 20 minutes? Okay. So final inspiration by Srila Prabhupada. Prasadam is anyway going to take half an hour. So if you're skipping this video for Prasadam, you will not get Prasadam. Okay. In lecture hall, we are keeping special counters. Devotees can register. We will allocate them, and they can come and do book distribution inside the lecture hall. So, you should speak upon this. You should speak. So, there's another way to distribute books. That is, all of you also have a nice opportunity to distribute books in the temple. And so all those who wish to distribute books in the temple, so we have all setups here. We are making special setup in the lecture hall. Please give your names to yourself. We will circulate a form, and please fill up those forms in case you're interested to distribute books in the temple. I'm sure all of you will be. We have special counters here, and we'll allocate based on the requests that we give. All of you will get also a chance to distribute books in the lecture hall specially, and in other places if available, books in the temple. And and books in the temple, because the books just fly. So that will be a good experience for you, because people with that mindset have come. And I have one more announcement before the video, and I request Pradipta Prabhu to make this about the Brihad Mridanga. Yes. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna devotees. So those who have not registered yet, registration link will be shared in our group, or you can also go near the BBT store. So their QR code will be there, or our staff members, they will help you with the registration. You can register either as an individual or as a team. And last year we introduced this Brahat Mridanga app, with which you can request books, distribute books, all those things. And this year, all the 23 centers in India of Hare Krishna movement, everybody is going to use this Brahat Mridanga app. And also we are making an e-commerce website where it will be easy for you. Suppose you have a friend or relative or somebody, you can just call them and explain them about the books, and if they're interested, you can share them a link and they can buy the book, and the book will be delivered to their home. So this website is under development. Hopefully Gita Jayanti Day we are going to launch it. It's still under the development. Mostly 99% on Gita Jayanti Day we will be launching it. And every one of you, those who register for book marathon, you will get your own unique links. Whenever you share this link and any books distributed online using those links, that credit will come to you and your teams. So once this is ready, we will share more details about this. And about the app, if somebody is having older versions of the mobile, that app is not working because of some security updates from the Play Store. So they are not allowing apps to be hosted on their Play Store which work on the older versions. They want users to update their mobiles to the latest OS version. So for some people, maybe around 1 or 2%, the app may not work. They can contact us. We'll try to give some solution for that. So now we will play one video on books. Please, a video can be played.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma.
5,000 years ago in India, many saints and sages gathered on the banks of the sacred river Ganges. They came from throughout the world to witness the last 7 days in the life of the great devotee, King Parikshit. The king had renounced his fabulous wealth to dedicate his few remaining days to spiritual enlightenment. At that meeting, Sukadeva Goswami, the most exalted sage in the assembly, narrated the pastimes and teachings of Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He discussed all aspects of knowledge, from the creation of the material universe to the culture of spiritual life, and held the king and sages in rapt attention. Through the ages, these teachings about Lord Sri Krishna were transmitted intact from spiritual master to disciple. Sripad Madhvacharya, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, the Goswamis of Vrindavan, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Sri Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, and in the early 20th century, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who ordered his disciples to preach Krishna consciousness around the world. He especially desired to distribute Krishna conscious literature in the Western countries. His disciple, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, took this order as his very life.
In 1944, he single-handedly begins publishing and distributing Back to Godhead, a fortnightly. The first issue addresses the crisis of war. The Second World War within 20 years is scourging the earth. Back to Godhead points out that people throughout the world want an end to war. But so often they want God's kingdom without God, and they cannot have it. All our plans will be doomed to failure by our own selfishness unless we turn to God. Following tradition, at age 58, a boy Charan retires from family life, and 5 years later accepts the renounced order. He is now known as A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. He lives alone in the historic medieval temple of Radha Damodar in Vrindavan, engaged in deep studies and writing. Unlike other holy men who live there, Bhaktivedanta Swami is not thinking of retiring. For him, Vrindavan is a source of inspiration, an ideal place to chant, worship, and write. Here he begins work on his life's masterpiece, translation and commentary on the monumental devotional classic Srimad-Bhagavatam. Bhaktivedanta Swami calls it a cultural presentation for the re-spiritualization of the entire human society. But often he leaves Vrindavan to print his magazine and books in nearby Delhi. Traveling takes time and tolerance, but Bhaktivedanta Swami accepts it as part of his spiritual mission to broadcast devotional service to Lord Krishna. In Delhi, Bhaktivedanta Swami personally distributes copies of Back to Godhead, and with small donations, struggles to maintain the publication. He regularly sees Surendra Kumar Jain, a printer.
It was somewhere in the month of February 1956 that I first met Prabhupada. He came to my press for getting the magazine printed, Back to Godhead. I found that it was not very easy for him to collect money. He would come to the press practically every day, and after the printing was done, he would do everything himself. But he was a dedicated person, a very committed person. And at the times when he was not in a position to pay the bills, I would ask him, why are you running this? Why don't you stop it? He would say, no, it is my mission. And one day Surendra Kumar, you will see that I will succeed in my mission.
By 1964, Bhaktivedanta Swami completes 3 volumes of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri lauds his accomplishment and recommends his books for placement in India's public libraries.
Festival takes place.
Wherever Srila Prabhupada is, he continues to write prolifically. Rising long before dawn, he spends hours translating and commenting on original Sanskrit and Bengali texts.
Or sometimes they wash their hands and feet before entering the temple.
His most significant contribution is his books. Professors from dozens of major universities use them as standard texts and write appreciative reviews.
The narrations concerning the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, are the oldest writings known to man. Over generations, they have influenced civilizations in both the East and the West. Now, under Srila Prabhupada's guidance, the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust has become the world's largest publisher and distributor of these spiritual classics. Srila Prabhupada himself is the author of all of the books. He has been acclaimed as the world's most distinguished scholar and teacher of Vedic philosophy and culture. While translating each Sanskrit verse, he refers to books of commentary by previous spiritual masters and then gives a thorough explanation of the text.
Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives in this connection a description of a difference of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and ordinary living being. So this is difference of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and ordinary living being. This has been described in the previous verse, Sadbang Pumana Vida Gunang Sutadgyan Naveda Sadbhagyan Mananta Mire. The purport is that Supreme Lord, He is omnipotent, omniscient, He knows everything, but the living being does not know actually what is the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the difference between the Supreme Personality of Godhead and ordinary living being.
He also did a very important work in introducing to the Western world for the first time the devotional philosophy of Sri Krishna Caitanya, not only did he introduce these texts, but he introduced them in a way that was quite different from the other translations that had been made. I had read so many different translations, for example, of the Bhagavad-gita, which had all been interpreted from the impersonalist type of philosophy of the Advaita school. And here, you might say, for the first time was a truly devotional translation, a spiritual translation of the text, which I felt really came much closer to the true meaning and the purpose of the Bhagavad-gita.
Established in 1972, the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust exclusively publishes Srila Prabhupada's works. It becomes the world's largest distributor of books in the field of Indian religion and philosophy. For Srila Prabhupada, the transcendental knowledge in these books forms the basis of the Hare Krishna movement. Then in October, Srila Prabhupada returns to his old home, Vrindavan, to spend his final days. Even though he is physically incapacitated, Srila Prabhupada's intellect remains clear. He continues dictating translations and comments on his life's work, Srimad-Bhagavatam, until days before he departs from this world.
Everything is active, moving by the supreme desire of Vishwa. This consciousness is Krishna consciousness.
So we have to simply take instruction from Guru, and if we execute that to our heart and soul, that is success. That is practical. I have no personal qualification, but I simply try to satisfy my Guru. That's all. My Guru Maharaj asked me that if you get some money, you print books. So, there was a private meeting talking, some of my important God brothers also there, it was in Radhakunda. So, Guru Maharaj was speaking to me that since we have got this Bhagavad-gita marble temple, there has been so many dissensions. And everyone is thinking, we'll occupy this room or that room, that room. I wish therefore to sell this temple and the marble and print some book. Yes. So I took up this from his mouth, that he is very fond of books. And he told me personally that if you get some money, print books. Therefore I am stressing on this point. Where is book? Where is book? Where is book? So kindly help me. This is my request. Print as many books in as many languages and distribute throughout the whole world. Then Krishna consciousness movement will automatically increase.
Here, everyone is engaged to rise early in the morning for offering aratri to the deity. They are preparing nice food, they are decorating, making garland. So many engagements. They are going for some Kirtan party, they are canvassing for selling books. 24 hours engagement. Therefore they are able to give up this sinful life. This kind of objection are always made by the atheist class of men. Even Jesus Christ was crucified. So this is a material world. You'll find always such nuisance class of men.
It must cost you a lot of money to go travelling around the world all the time.
Yes, we have got about 102 branches all over the world.
Where do you get the money?
We get money from God. We especially get money by selling our books. You have seen our books.
If you can't chant...
We are selling, according to Indian exchange, we are selling about 25 to 30,000 rupees worth books daily. We can spend all the money of the world. Unfortunately, you do not give us simply.
So for the time being, the money will not be used for the construction in Mayapur. It will be used to print books.
Mayapur, they have already taken 1.5 lakh from me.
Now Gopal Krishna in India requested that BBT give him a loan of $160,000. In India, just this during the Mayapur festival, he requested a loan from a US BBT for $160,000, which would be used to construct the second residence building.
So how will you pay back?
His plan was that the American temples would purchase rooms, and over a period of 4 or 5 years, they would pay that money back. So is that still approved by you, by your divine grace?
Yes, I know that.
The only thing is that we will have to delay the loan, because for the next 3 months, all our money will be used to print these 17 books.
Fastable books, then loan. However, we cannot hold up printing, that is not possible. This you must always keep in view. We are not going to, the surplus money we are going to pay. Not that at the cost of stopping printing. You must always keep it. When you require money for printing, there is no question of loan at temple basis. This will be our
Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghunagam Sri Jiva Gopalaka Krishna Tirtana Galana Tanapara Premamritampanidhi Dhira Dhira Jana Priya Priya Karam Nirmasanam Puditau Sri Chaitanya Kripa Bharau Bhuvi Bhuva Bharavahantarakam Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghunagam Sri Jiva Gopalakam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavansam Sri Rupam Chakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Shadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam
sadhana lalita Sri Vishakhanitanstam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur-bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur-bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur-bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
I was wandering in the street and some of the boys saw me and gradually they came to me and actually I did not try anything for developing this institution. The boys did it. Most of my students, they were under the spell of this LSD, but they are given up everything. There was a caricature picture in some paper, perhaps you remember, from Montreal or here, I don't remember. One old lady and her husband sitting face to face. The lady is requesting the husband, chant, chant, chant. And the husband is answering, can't, can't, can't. So this is going on. We are requesting everyone, please chant, chant, chant. And they are replying, can't, can't. This is their misfortune. This is their misfortune. So still, it is our duty to make all these misfortunate, unfortunate creatures fortunate. That is our mission. We therefore go in the street and chant. Although they say can't, we go on chanting. That is our business. And somehow or other, we push on some literature in his hand. He is becoming fortunate. He would have squandered his hard-earned money in so many nasty, sinful ways, and if he purchases one book, never mind what is the price, his money is properly utilized. The beginning of Krishna consciousness is there because he is giving some money, hard-earned money, for this Krishna consciousness movement. He is getting some spiritual profit. He is not losing, he is getting some spiritual profit. Therefore, our business is somehow or other bring everyone in this Krishna consciousness movement, he will be profited.
If we engage in devotional service, we get a different nature, and if we engage in business of sense gratification, the result is different.
And then that karma is tad dehopa labdhi hetu.
Yeah. And according to the association of different nature, we get a body. Karanam gunasangasya satasat janma yoni. Therefore, we should always seek good association, devotee association. Then on life will be successful.
Srila Prabhupada ki, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada Book Marathon ki, Srila Prabhupada Book Marathon devotees ki, Nitai Gaur Pevanande. All glories to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Chandra ki, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki, Shri Srinivas Govind ki, Shri Prahlad Narsingadev Bhagwan ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
So please proceed for the prasadam. It's in OAT second floor. OAT second floor. Those who have not received coupon, at the entrance you can check with our volunteers there.